Hey guys, if you're shopping for knives and gear, make sure you check out the description of the video you're watching right now for links to some great online retailers. There's also individual links for knives that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and as you can tell by the thumbnail, we are unboxing another Hinderer today. There's no reason to add mystique around it. If you are new to my channel, I am a crazy Hinderer nut. I love knives, as is probably indicative by the 1,000 plus uploads on my channel, but very specifically, I love Hinderer knives. Many people who've been here for a while know that I have owned, oh boy, I've personally owned 26 at least different Hinderer knives. In fact, I still, currently own a XM24, which is known as the Dark Horse on my channel, which I'll just lay that guy right there. I love this knife. I've loved many different types of Hinderer knives, and I'm holding on to this one. A lot of people know that what I generally do is I buy a Hinderer, love it for a while, and because they generally hold their value pretty well, I end up selling it and then using the funds to buy, in part, another one, and I usually have to pay a little bit out of pocket. But I haven't had it at 3.5 for a little bit, and I want another 3.5 inch. And so I always keep an eye on DLT trading, which, by the way, guys, I'm going to be linking Hinderer knives through DLT trading right below this video. They're one of the very best places to buy Hinderer knives on the market, and they have an enormous amount of exclusives, which is why I typically go there. No, this isn't necessarily an ad. I mean, yeah, the links benefit the channel for sure, but yeah, for years before I even started the channel, I was buying through DLT because they have an enormous selection. If you've ever been curious about Hinderer knives, just go look, right? All the different, I'm going to list all their current exclusives, custom parts, right? They've got whatever your dream Hinderer is, chances are you can build it through their site. Wonderful. So I keep an eye on their exclusives, and I saw that they had come out with a variant of one of my favorite blade shapes from Hinderer ever, the foldered spear. My previous one, you guys remember, had a flipper tab on it. I noticed the ones that they released did not. But for whatever reason, I assumed that they were 3-inch models. If you guys were a part of my recent live stream, you'll know that Slicey Dicey actually was like, yeah, did you take a look at that, those new ones? And I said, yeah, you mean the 3-inch foldered spear? And he said, no, it's a 3.5 inch. And I was like, what? So I had to go look, because he bought one, and I was like, okay, I gotta buy one. so without even getting into this, that is what this is. I'll leave the 24 here off to the side. Yeah, I am really excited about this, actually, because the non-flipper variants, they lighten up the detent a little bit. You know, the detent is fine for a flipper tab, but using the thumb studs on the flipper versions is really difficult because it's such a heavy. Oh, good. I have 3 of these now. Thanks, DLT. Big mouse pad sort of thing. I'll actually put that right over here with the other 2. Let's bring the exposure up a bit. I'm going to keep the paperwork out of sight there. You can see, yeah. So here's the box. 3 minutes in, you're like, shut up and open it. So you can see, M390 foldered spear, non-flipper tri-way stone washed. I'm gonna link this exact model down in the description so you guys can check it out. Very excited. The non-flipper versions of these knives solve pretty much all of the problems that people complain about. Oh, that's good. That's very good. Perfect centering. Very nice. Yeah, that's what I like to feel. Oh, yes. Very good. Let's do the reverse flick. Perfect. And let's do the fuller flick, which is part of the reason why I like the fuller so much, is because of that right there. This version is one of the most fidget-friendly versions of Hinderer knives that has ever existed, and after handling it, yeah, I'm confirming that. Ergonomic problems are solved because there is no flipper tab to get in your way, which means you can make use of that otherwise slightly too small forward choil. There's no flipper tab, so the landing zone back here is no longer a problem, right? And the detent's lightened up. Really, really cool. On top of that, this is a tri-way. You can see they move it to the little nub right there. That means it comes with all of the, all of this stuff, right? So you can put the washers in there. The phosphor bronze or the nylon if you're somebody who likes to do that. But wait, this guy couldn't be complete without a pretty, there's a pretty major element here missing, and that's a lot of you guys know this. but I always have this guy laying around. And that's because whatever my current 3.5 inch is, kind of gets crowned king, you know, in my lineup with this titanium scale. So I'm going to do what I usually do, and we're going to assemble this with a little bit of music and some, what do you call that? It's going to be, you know, fast forwarded so that it can all be done really quickly. So let's get that done. Okay, holy crap, that was the easiest disassembly. So this pivot, I don't know if you guys noticed, but like, I'll put the dark horse out here too. And no, I'm not calling the other one the light horse. I'll let you guys help me decide a name for this guy down here, but I'm not calling it the light. I know somebody's gonna say that. I'll think up another nickname for this one, but so, if you guys remember watching my similar disassembly and reassembly video of the dark horse, when I put the carbon fiber scale on, I had a heck of a time with the pivot. Man, there was so much Loctite in there. I got it undone, obviously, but this guy was easy. There was Loctite in there, but man, so easy. And so for anybody, so people always ask me, where do I get that textured titanium scale? Mine is very old. In fact, this scale appeared in my very first upload. My very first upload was also a full titanium Generation 4 Hinderer XM18. I've had this scale for a very long time, and it is not milled. It is a much older scale, even before they were printing the Hinderer logo on them. The new ones now, if you can find them, are milled, and right now I don't think you can. There are other titanium scales available. In fact, there are titanium scales available at the DLT, in the DLT links that I'm going to provide down below. They're just different colors. Right, more will become available, but they will likely be milled out. Some people prefer them solid, some people prefer them milled. I prefer them, you know, solid, which is why I've kept this one and won't ever get rid of it, so don't ask me. But yeah, that was so easy, and the reason I'm pointing out that this is an older scale is because it's a testament to Rick Hinderer's like consistency. These knives always go back together so solid. I got this thing with the exact same lockup that it had from the factory. It is still unbelievably smooth. It is perfectly, absolutely perfectly centered. It's just wonderful. And I just love that. I don't have to worry about that when I buy parts. I know that I'm going to be able to get the pivot out. I know I'm going to be able to get the handle screws out. It's going to be easy. Everything's going to fit back together perfectly. It's going to line up straight. There's not going to be any lock issues or any finish, you know, fit and finish issues or anything. It's just wonderful. This is an excellent variant of this knife. This is probably the best because of that fuller in there that allows you to do the very comfortable reverse flick. You're not confined specifically to the thumb studs, which work excellent by themselves. This is the most fidget-friendly version of this knife that exists, and it's in M390. You got the tri-way, right? All the little issues, you know, the little finicky issues with the flipper tab are solved by it just not being there. It's wonderful. This is probably one of the most recommendable variants of Hinderer knives that's out there, and I'm actually recording this the same day that you guys are seeing it. And I did it on purpose because there's a lot of these available right now. And I figured a lot of people, you know, if you've never picked up a Hinderer knife, you've been curious for a long time, and you've saved up, this is a great one to start with, absolutely. If not, DLT has a bajillion different options. Seriously, at least go go look and see what they've got. I'll make sure that the links are nicely sorted. You guys can figure out exactly what it is that you're clicking on. And hopefully, you know, if you are a Hinderer fan or you're somebody who's interested in tiptoeing into it, coming from one of the knife community's largest Hinderer nuts out there, yeah, they are super high quality. You know, like you're seeing here, I own 2 right now, but I've owned many in the past, and I've been nothing but satisfied. These are made in the United States. They are excellent users. They've got a million different blade shapes, a million different finishes, not just limited to the 2 you're seeing here, right? The DLT has no choil variants, so if you don't like the choil, they've got one with the blade all the way back to the scales, right? They've got a ton of stuff. Check them out. This was so much fun. I like doing these this disassembly and reassembly stuff. I hope you guys had fun with this. I'm super excited. Expect to see this knife in the live stream coming up this weekend. That'll be Saturday night, this coming Saturday at 9 o'clock Central Standard Time. Can't wait to talk about it with you guys. That's going to be pretty much it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, or at least mildly entertained by it. If you were, please leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like. So check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe, because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.